game on. How's everybody doing? Been a while since I've been on. Holidays, Family Guy. You can fault me for that if you want, but you can tell us I kissed my ass too if that bothers you. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody that's viewing and watching the sniper series I've been putting out, especially with the schools. A lot of interesting stuff about that. For starters, the Marine Scout Sniper program. A lot of people, there's a few movies that they have it. I think probably the more modern one most people have seen would be like, what's it called? Jarhead with Jake Gyllenhaal or whatever. It was a good movie. There's a few things here and there that were actually accurate, but it was a movie, so 90% bullshit. But, the Scout Sniper to the Marine Corps is like a huge, huge deal. It's a huge tradition. I was really bummed to hear that they had dissolved it and moved it over to the Force Reconnaissance Sniper program. It makes sense, but like a little history on it that I didn't have time to throw into the shorts. The Scout Sniper program, for starters, the selection process to even get in is hard, incredibly hard. When you do your pistol and rifle qualifications, you have to hit expert or it's a no-go. If I recall, you must be at least an E3, which would be a lance corporal, to get into the program. And even before you go to the course, a lot of times what they will do is they will put you with a sniper platoon and you'll be attached. So you'll do a lot of training with some snipers, things like that. And you would be called what is a PIG, which is a professionally instructed gunman. Now, after this, look at it so much as like it's an apprenticeship in these types of platoons for the Marine Corps. So from that point, once they feel you're ready to go through the Scout Sniper course, you would go through that 12.5 week long process. And it is very, very physically demanding. The mentality it takes to, get through it. It's tough. It's not a lot of the same stuff like the United States Navy does for the Buds class for those Navy SEALs and all that. But like Marine Scout Sniper, you're doing a lot of field craft. And for a lot of folk in the city, what field craft is you're out in survival mode. You have to learn how to do land navigation. You need to, first aid for yourself. Because the Scout Snipers, the thing about their job, very small group, they go out, they would do a lot of surveying, they would do a lot of, infiltration, things along that line. And what made them so unique, though, is just the Marine Corps is so strict with their regulations and their requirements, and that's why they were the sniper program, the very first one, A, and B, the one that all the rest of the special operations and the Army would base their training off of as far as snipers go. Now, a funny story about the sniper school. In my time, I wanted to get into it. I thought, oh man, that would be so awesome. I was already at the level, Lance Corporal. I went to do my shooting qualifications, and on my rifle, rather than getting expert, I screwed up and I got Sharpshooter, which, it's like, it's not expert. So, passed over. Wait another year, requalified, got it. But like the thing is, it takes a specific mentality to have it, and I didn't have it. I can tell you right off the bat, as much as I would have loved to do it, it wasn't the right position for me. A lot of people, they can say they're bitter about it or they would have got in because of this, and that. And it's not just based off of being a shooter. It's based off of a lot of stuff. And there's just a certain mentality they were looking for. You could be like the greatest on your ASVAB. You could be the best on paper possible. But for you to get into that program, it was hard as hell. And the people that earned it and get into that, it's a huge deal. It's like one of those things where you would see these guys and you just want to cheer them on, man, or go shake their hand just because of how badass they were and like what they would go through. So, it gives me a lot of pride to know that, there's a system like that placed in the military, that it's just such a huge honor. Now, once these guys go through the 12.5 week process, They would graduate and they would get what's called a hog's tooth. Now, reason for it is because once you're a pig, professionally instructed gunman, you pass that course, that moves on up, and then you become a hunter of gunmen. And so, in other words, I mean, it's open season on who you're out there. Now, some of the basics that they do, and they're very similar. All the other sniper programs have based it off of stalking, camouflage, things like that, ghillie suits, stuff like that. You learn how to use the brush, you learn how to use leaves, trees, whatever you can for your surroundings. You learn how to tell distances just based off of with your eyesight. And so, you know, the training these guys go through, I mean, it's the coolest thing in the world, you know. And like I said, the specific type of person doing it, and you know, there's a lot of people that are very talented, but you know what they thinking what they want is how it goes, and that's why it was such a successful program. Now they phased it out. The last graduating class was in 2023. It was really sad because, you know, there was only 8 people that graduated the last class. The attrition rate and turnover is very high for it because it is very demanding. But those guys, you know, I did a little thing on my community page for them because I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, at least they got to be the last guys to do it, and that's a cool accomplishment for them, and I'm happy for those dudes. I think it's freaking awesome. But you know, so they turn that into the force reconnaissance. Now, reconnaissance Marines, before MARSOC's are the Marine Raiders. They're the special operations unit for the Marines, for those that don't know. But like Force Recon, those guys, you know, they would do all sorts of stuff. They would get their scuba bubble. They would get their, you know, they would get their parachute. They'd get all that stuff, get their wings. But like, that's a very difficult training process as well. And with the sniper program being integrated into that, you know, it only makes sense. I can understand it. It's just the sad part about it. You look at Army snipers, and their MOS or their job is just basically provide cover in combat, intimidate, you know, everything in the battlefield. I mean, that's what they're dedicated to. With the Marines, when they had the Scout Sniper program, they were doing that, but also on top of it, they were doing reconnaissance, scouting, intel. I mean, they were doing everything where it wasn't just one thing focused. And for those not familiar with the infantries, with the Army is huge. I mean, it's ginormous. And the Marine Corps, it's smaller, but it's fast. It's an expedited unit. That's why there's the Muse. They can mobilize. They can have Marines wherever. There's a lot of amphibious, you know, land infiltration and stuff like that. And that's just something that every Marine trains for before they go into combat. But with the recon guys, they're doing it constantly. And, you know, they're another talented group of men, man, that are just freaking coolest guys ever. I mean, you just think, wow, you know, what these dudes go through and stuff like that, you know. So it's like some people to look up to in a sense. But, you know, with the Army, though, and you look at their sniping school and things along that line, yeah, there's a lot of field craft. There's, you know, navigation, all the typical types of things that you would need. Hold on a second, want my fishing pole's moving. No, it's just jiggling. Anyways, but you've got them. The interesting thing about the Army, though, is, you know, with the Airborne School, that they integrate that into their training because they mobilize faster, you know, with the airborne and the airmen. They're attached to those units. A lot of the Army guys, you know, parachute in and stuff like that. And of course, your snipers are gonna do what snipers do: infiltrate, get in somewhere, or whatever the case may be. So, you know, I'm always going to say the Marine Corps sniper program's better because it was the first, and I mean, let's face it, it is. But, you know, the Army one's pretty impressive too. I mean, in all honesty, the guys that go through that, their course is only 7 weeks. But you know, it's pretty cool, the fact that they do all that stuff. Kind of a funny story. So when I was dropping those little short videos about the different sniper schools and stuff, and I still got more coming out, guys, there's so much information in those. I forgot that the Army, they had changed the names of the bases or whatnot. So, you know, it's no longer Fort Benning, it's Fort Moore. And I'm like fact checking all my stuff while I'm editing it to make sure I put the correct content out. And I'm like, why the fuck can I not find this? Like, I mean, and I skip Wikipedia because Wikipedia, a lot of people add their own bullcrap to it, but I'm like, where the fuck is Fort Benning, man? Why is this not showing up? And then I check it out. Yeah, it's Fort Moore now. You know, sorry, Army dudes. You know, didn't mean to like boner that one, man, but that was the case on it. So, but you know, I'm glad. I mean, you guys have all been very receptive of the content. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You know, you guys have been supporting my channel. Fantastic. Appreciate it so much. I like putting out content for you guys like this. I mean, it's quick, and I try to cut right to the chase. But you know, I finally got my first hate comment in a long time too, and the guy was saying, and this guy, this was pretty funny. I laughed my ass off. I need to post this one, but he put, normally I only complain about the AI voices or whatever for narrators. He's like, but man, I would probably take one of the worst AI narrators over having to hear your voice. You run out of breath. It sounds like you're eating a snack in between breathing and stuff like that. And, you know, and I laughed about it, and I was like playing it back. I'm like, you know, he's not wrong. I mean, I can't really like get mad at this dude. I thought it was pretty funny, but you know, breaking my balls or whatever, good times. But you know, let's see what else on the horizon since I haven't been around. My daughter was all stoked. She got her over and under 20 gauge shotgun, man, way stoked. I was just telling Sunny Money, one of the people that supports my channel, you know, she used to push the launcher for the clay pigeons back when I did clay pigeon competitions. And so when I'd be out practicing, my daughter would go out with me to the range and, you know, pull, she'd hit the button, boom. And years and years, she's like, I want to shoot those, Dad. You know, I want to do that. And even with a 410, you know, she's still small, too small to be doing it. But finally, you know, I caved and got her the 20 gauge over and under, man. She was happier than a pig in shit. She's so excited. But so, you know, it's been pretty good. Christmas was awesome. You know, I got to spend time with my wife and kids and really enjoyed the holiday. I look forward to the next year. I'll keep putting out content. I appreciate your guys' suggestions on stuff to do. The sniper thing, you know, I was kind of skeptic about doing it at first because, like to be honest with you guys, like I said, you know, not a sniper, never was a sniper, in just basic grunt infantry. But like, you know, it's you know, it's like, God, am I really the type of person that should be giving the information out for this? Because I wasn't in that, you know, I was never in a sniper platoon or anything like that. I mean, but, you know, I figure, well, you know what, we'll fact check the hell out of everything, make sure it's accurate. And that's why I also encourage people that watch my my lives or my content, hey, if something's not accurate or if I messed up on something, let me know. I'll go redact it and correct it. And, you know, you guys know my policy on my lives, on my content, any of it. You guys are more than welcome to share it, use it. I don't care. It's never going to cost money. That would defeat the whole purpose of what we're trying to do here. I'll probably be doing some refreshers on firearm safety. You know, quite a bit of that. I haven't really gotten into a whole bunch for a while. And I think part of it too is, you know, my channel's not the biggest channel in the world. I got like almost 550 or something like that. To do kind of doing the refreshers or whatnot, I feel like I just keep showing the same people content over and over and over that are already supporting my channel. You know, and I don't want to seem like some of the other GunTube content creators where all they do is the same shit and repost or whatever. I like to keep it fresh for you guys. Well, I'm trying to think other crazy shit that's gone on out here, guys. Other than that, not really a whole lot. Cold as hell, you know, doing some fishing, things along that line, but it's been pretty uneventful. I mean, hell, I haven't been able to even go out shooting, man, because the weather's been so crappy. But you know, we'll hopefully get some more shooting videos in. I think maybe we'll do another Gunfather series, and then there's a couple more that you guys have requested, and you know, we got pretty good turnout on them. I was very surprised at how receptive everybody was going to be about like HK, Luger, you know, Walther and all these guys, just on account of they all provided firearms, you know, for the Third Reich and for Nazi Germany at the time. And it's like, you know, I'm reading it and I'm just like, God, I hate fucking Nazis and white supremacists and things like that. But goddamn, I love these guys' guns that they make. I mean, you know, they made some of the best guns, you know, there is. I love the G36. I mean, just the classic Ruger, you know, the PO8 and things like that. I mean, it's just huge pieces of history and whatnot. But you know, that's kind of the rant, guys. Other tn that, I'll, like I said, keep dropping some stuff. You guys all have a very safe New Year's. If anybody that is an alcoholic in recovery or struggling or anything like that, you know, go ahead and hit me up on here, man. I would do a live just to give people something to help them not go drink if they have a problem with it. You guys all know I'm an alcoholic in recovery. So, you know, you know, I'm not a judgmental person. I would prefer to help people out that can. And then for people that are going to go drink, have fun, guys, and be safe. And, you know, make it home to your family safe and call a cab or whatever the case may be. But I might hop on tomorrow. I don't know. But thanks again for watching, guys. And please like and subscribe, share, and take care.